Namaste, I'm Jayapalashri from Samskara Healing. I welcome you all. Having a lovely session with my son. Episode 5, Mother-Son Duo.
I believe so.
So, we did speak about the importance of open communication. We spoke about getting bullied. We spoke about depression. Now let's see how the conversation goes. This is absolutely an impromptu conversation. I haven't prepared, I haven't planned. It's just a talk that me and my son are having, and we are speaking from our heart. So here we go again.
It's a conversation on camera.
Yes.
We're keeping up with the Kardashians.
Oh, thank you. So, we did get into a little kind of a debatable talk when we spoke about depression and our thought process. And I did speak about the importance of letting your parent know of what you're going through. So, as we move ahead to speak more, do you want to continue the debate or can we move forward?
I forgot where I was at.
Okay. We were talking about when you get into depression or something like that, how important it is for your parent to know and how important it is to...
About how important it is
so
to
we ended with
communicate
that.
and
Yes.
seek help, especially mental health wise.
So, I would like to talk about the next most important thing for teenagers is failures. Failures is something everybody go through. There could be of anything that is started. Chances are there could be an X amount of people who would have a percentage of failure.
But as you've always told me, failure is the stepping stone to success.
That is something I've always told you.
Yes.
But here it's not about speaking. I want you to tell your age and your peer groups how important it is to accept it gracefully.
Fair enough.
And not get into the zone that you would move into frustration, depression, various
Okay,
issues.
if I'm being honest, especially academically, failure has never been something that's affected me strongly because anytime I remember once, I believe it was physics, that I had failed my exam and it really didn't matter. I think what was it in the 8th grade, and I would see people who, and like a lot of people who have asked me how, even though I didn't pass that physics exam, I still talk about it like so proudly. It's because failure or success is part of my life story. So I can either be proud about it or I can like hide it and like be shy about it. And why would I? I want to be confident about and proud about every single thing I've done. And
that is fair enough. But here comes the point.
I think I've written about it in my book.
In fact, I've written about it in my book too.
Oh, you've written about it, okay.
So, in fact, one of the things that I would like to say here is
failure sort of shapes you, to be precise.
Yes, of course, because it teaches you how to stand up and teaches you how to...
It does. I mean, every time you fall down and you pull yourself back up again, you sort of teach yourself how to get past a particular situation. So...
I absolutely agree with you. And what I would like to say is, this is something which was often asked in my children's school by certain people as to why do we as parents don't react when the kids do bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was actually really funny at times.
And I used to just laugh. And once I remember telling someone that my child has his own strengths and weaknesses, and as a parent, I need to know that. And I need to be acceptable of it. And that is important. If I push my child to the brink, if he doesn't like, say, this son, he doesn't like math. Now, if I force him,
I just can't do math.
Yeah, but it's still, he's not passionate about it. So if I force him, if I push him, he will do it. It's not that he's not going to do it, because as a parent, we put that kind of pressure. But he's not passionate about it. Whereas he's passionate about something else. He's passionate about writing. He's passionate about communication. He's passionate about commerce. He's passionate about acting. He has various other passions. So if I try to suppress that, then I'm not letting my child live my dream. So certain times what happens, and I'm just saying this in in the broader perspective, I'm not pointing my fingers at any one person or myself, is that sometimes we do not live our dreams. Our dreams are not complete. And then we project the dreams onto our children and we push the children to live our dreams, which is really not fair because our children have their own identity. They have their own thought process and we have to let them explore and build. There is an insecurity and fear because we want our children to be on the right path. We want them to be successful. We want them to be able to achieve what they want. We want them to have a good financial sound foundation so that they can move ahead. But if we don't give them the chance to explore and if we don't push them to try things, then they do not learn. So
also,
for me,
the
there's a
Singaporean
strong
principle, I believe. He wrote a letter, I think so. I read it somewhere a long time ago that he wrote a letter to the parents around the exam season. And I believe this was the principal, and he or she or they wrote this letter. And the letter was something on the lines, I don't know the exact words, but it was something on the lines of, in this coming exam season, if your children don't perform well in a particular subject, don't put too much pressure on them.
I remember seeing that.
Because I think he wrote something on the line, they wrote something on the lines of...
I remember
there
this.
Might be a student sitting and writing a chemistry exam who might be a musician.
Yeah.
There might be an artist writing the math exam. So not everyone is talented in everything. And then quoting, I believe, Albert Einstein, but I also read this was not Albert Einstein's quote and someone else said it and it's been misquoted. So I don't know whose quote this is. But if you judge a goldfish by its ability to climb a tree, to live its life believing it's stupid.
There you go.
And
that's something
robots.
I strongly believe.
We're not all the same. So if you judge a particular child by his, her, their, his, the person's ability to do well in a particular subject, maths for instance, and that child is, that individual is stronger in arts perhaps, maybe music or painting or literature or reading or writing or literally anything. And in that kind of a situation, you're just going to be putting some kind of pressure on the child, and that child doesn't necessarily have to be strong in math. It doesn't make sense. Judging
I understand what you're saying,
climb a tree.
So here, this is what I was trying to say. I'm just giving myself as an example. I always, being a life coach, being a counselor too. Of course, I'm a healer, but I did start my life and my journey by being a counselor and then a life coach. And I'm always told to take my own life examples to help those who need some kind of guidance or be a role model. So when I was bringing up my sons, I strongly believed that more than being bookworms and more than being stuck to the book knowledge, I want my sons to be street smart and they should have the ability to survive in the worst of worst situations and circumstances. That was my belief, and I'm just talking about myself.
No, you speak about your belief, fair enough, but I'm just stating that for some people maybe...
no, I'm not talking... that's exactly why I said this is my belief. And I'm not talking about
so
myself.
I'm just clarifying that.
No, you can, but I'm being very clear and I'm being very, very open in what I'm saying. It is my belief in how I brought my sons up. And for those who are looking for similar beliefs, this is what I did. For those who are not, don't listen to this, discard this whole thing. So I encouraged them, and man, this boy was 10 or 12 years old, and we moved into my current house. It's a community, and he made lime juice at home. And in a day, he went and sold it to all the neighbors. There was no salt, no sugar in it. He didn't even know how to make lime juice. By the way, he didn't even take the help of me sitting at home or my maid. He made the lime juice. And after he made the lime juice, he went selling it around in the neighborhood. I think he sold it for 10 rupees. Or 15 rupees per glass. And when people ask, there's no sugar in it or there's no salt in it.
About a fourth of $1, 25 cents.
And he turned around and said, sugar and salt is bad for you. Just have the plain lime juice.
Well, I needed to sell it, and I knew I made a mistake, but I couldn't admit it.
The funny thing is, he went into this community the next door, and they had some fair, they had something, and the kids there were trying to plan something, and this boy goes in with all his excitement and
Entrepreneurship.
I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And he went and he sold his lime juice as hot cakes. Then he made a good profit that day of 1,000 rupees or 1,500.
I think 1,500 total.
Or something.
And technically it was all profit for me because I didn't have any costs that day. I used your lemons and your water.
So when he did that, and after that evening I go out and everybody was like, your son is something. And I'm like, oh goodness me, am I hearing the right things? He made a profit. He took that profit. Yeah. He made the profit and he took the profit and he bought limes again the next week and he went again.
Well, I didn't buy 1,500 rupees.
Not for 1,500, but you bought limes with your own money. And he went again.
I've actually moved it into tomato sauce.
Yes, but first he did lime juice for about 3-4 weeks, and every week he did this profit. And I was like, wow, this fellow, I don't have to worry. So it's fine if he's not going to be good in X, Y, Z subjects, but he's good in subjects which he's good at, and he's street smart. So what more can I ask for? So that's how I kind of just left it and I accepted it.
I believe I moved from lime juice.
Do I get stressed as a parent? I do. He often gives me sometimes sleepless nights. But I know that I've kept the communication open. I let him come and speak whatever he has to speak. I do get angry at times. He's over a child, so there's no way I can parent him how I could have parented a 5-year or a 6-year-old boy. Not that I used to hit them or something, but I used to be very strict with my disciplining, and I used to be like, no.
You never engaged in a parent conditioning.
No. So, but I encouraged the kids to have open communication, whatever it is. I used to spend time when they used to come back from school, just asking them what the school day was about, as to what their friends said, what happened in school, who said what. I used to spend a lot of time doing that, and that really helped in building communication. So as a parent, when I started my journey, I was so nervous, I was so scared, and I didn't know what to do. And of course, I
came in with this big boom, like drama. I think I was made for the film industry. I was born with drama.
Okay. I don't know where you're going to go and what you're going to do. So let's talk about that when we reach there. But the point is that I came with so many thoughts, though I had my parents as role models, showing me the path, showing me how important it is to be nurturing, caring, taking care. But there was this one book which my pediatrician encouraged me to read, which is called The Dr. Spock's. I'm not promoting the book just like that over here, but I'm saying that became my Bible. And a book which was like a go-to. It's really helped me through the entire period. And my sons today, they are almost like, one is an adult, one is on the brink of you are, but still you're 18, you're still in the teens. So in the process of it, when I look at my children, I really feel that that book has given me good guidance. I've had fellow friends who've been excellent help in giving certain tips and guidance. And I'm really very happy that I have kept an open communication, that both my boys can come to me to say anything. Even if it is something which they are feeling sorry about, or they're feeling embarrassed about, they're humiliated, without a question or a fear of what am I going to say, am I going to shout, am I going to, get really very upset. They just come and stand in front of me and just say everything without giving any filters. And I strongly believe that between a parent and a child, this kind of communication is essential. It is important. So parents who are watching this, do build this with your children. If you already have teenage sons, now is the time to work on it and restructure it. Those of you who are moving into the phase where you're going to be getting teenage children, same. Do not get so strict. Do not put so many do's and don'ts that they start hiding, they start refusing to give you the facts. or they start doing things at the back of, when your back is turned, or they start, being rebellious in nature. It's very, very difficult. If you'd like to know more about these, let us know. We will have another session tomorrow.
Definitely.
If not, I think the mother-son duo will give it a gap now, and I will continue with my own live sessions because I do have requests to do certain live sessions. But
Let us know if you have any questions.
Yes, do let us know if there are any questions. We would be happy to take it. We will come back with another mother-son duo with some other topic, depending on the kind of demand and whatever is asked for. So until then, take care. I wish you all happiness. Please stay safe. The new variant is out there. Please don't be careless. Think about your family. Think about your loved ones. Wear mask. Maintain social distancing. Be careful and be socially responsible.
What do they call it? Oh God, guidelines. Please follow I call them dialogues. Follow the COVID-19 guidelines, please.
Take care and
let's not let a third wave come in. We're on the
fingers
brink of
crossed.
one, but
yes. So take care and you shall see me soon. Until then, thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Oh God, my head.